Hey guys, welcome to The Reality Pill, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of modern dating culture. And of course, here's your meme of the day. I mean, look at this. It sums up the entire landscape, doesn't it? These women are out here ordering a man like they're at a Michelin star restaurant while they're barely qualified to work the drive-thru at a Wendy's. They want the premium package, the executive suite, and the top 1% of the top 1%. But when you ask what they're bringing to the table, they get offended. They think their presence is a present. Newsflash, ladies, presence doesn't pay the mortgage. It's absolutely hilarious and sad all at the same time. So I gotta tell you guys, I'm struggling to wrap my head around this one, not because the topic is complicated, but mostly because the audacity and the pure, unadulterated delusion we're seeing lately is just off the charts. We are living in a time where a woman can look a camera in the eye and demand a man worth $50 million while she offers nothing but a list of things she won't do. The entitlement is just mind-boggling. We've reached a point where love has a price tag, but the people setting the price have zero equity in the market. They want a provider, a protector, and a millionaire, but they want to whip him into shape and serve nothing but attitude. It's a total circus, and today we're going to look at the performers. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, from high net worth dating coaches to the inevitable crash that happens when these women finally hit the wall. So let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So we're starting off with a dating coach who thinks she's figured out the secret to dating the elite. She's not looking for a partner. She's looking for a bank account with a pulse. We got a woman here who claims to date men worth over $50 million. She's on TikTok explaining her standards, which include demanding gifts by the second date and refusing to ever please her man. Let's see how she whips these CEOs into shape.
Listen, I date men that are worth over $50 million, which means that if you think asking for a black car being sent to you by just a regular person is like not achievable, you need to raise your standards. I ask them sometimes on the first date, but definitely by the second date, to give me a gift. Now, I'm not going to tell them what to gift me because I want to see how generous they are, but they are not allowed to get me flowers because I already get myself flowers every week. Like, I don't need flowers, please. And I have a cat. You're going to fucking kill her. I have like literally standards and like ways that I conduct myself. So if you, as a man who is worth $50 million, generating millions of dollars, a lot of them are worth hundreds of millions of dollars because of their businesses. And they can't do small stuff like that. They can't put a date together, something nice, something generous, like a good conversation, like talk to me about what it is that you are going to do for me, how you're going to woo me, like talk about future plans, get to know me as a person. Like, no. Also, there's like no opening my legs. That's not a thing. It's not on the table. It will never be. And I get everything that I want. They give me everything that I want and beyond. Because at the end of the day, a guy who has a CEO mindset, who is telling the entire world what to do every day, wants to be told what to do. You got to whip him into shape. Whip him. I'm not here to conform to him. I am not here to please him. He is there to please me. He is there to serve me. He is there to give me. Again, this is a very high, powerful net worth individual. So, not your average person who's making like less than 150K. And even like between 150 to like 400, it's a similar mindset because they got bills and savings and all of that. Like, you gotta go for the millions, honey. You gotta go for the millions. And never ever sleep with them because what if the next guy's richer that they introduce you to? And like nicer and kinder and more generous and more fun. Keep your options open.
Give me a freaking break. He is there to serve me. He is there to please me. What an absolute clown show. I am baffled. I'm sitting here asking myself, what the hell is this woman even talking about? Do you honestly believe a man who built a $100 million empire, a man who spends his day making high-stakes decisions and managing thousands of people, wants to come home and be whipped into shape by a woman who thinks her cat is an excuse to demand a Cartier bracelet? Yeah, I don't think that's how reality works, sweetheart. She wants a man worth $50 million. Let's look at the math, brothers. There are roughly 2,000 billionaires in the world and maybe a few 100,000 people worth over $50 million. You're talking about the top 0.001% of men on the planet. And her requirement is that they serve her. She says, I am not here to please him. Okay, great. Then why the hell would he be with you? If a man has $50 million, he has options. He has access to the most beautiful, intelligent, and kind women in the world. Why would he choose a woman who openly says she isn't there to conform or please him? These boss babes have convinced themselves that being a headache is a personality trait. Whip them into shape. I mean, the audacity is just off the charts. You really think a CEO wants to be told what to do by a TikToker? This is the delusion of modern dating. They want the highest tier man while offering the lowest tier attitude. She literally says she won't even sleep with them, no opening my legs. So you want $50 million, a black car service, expensive gifts, and total service. But you offer what? Your presence, your standards? Make no mistake, this is a business transaction where she's trying to sell a product that doesn't exist. A man worth $50 million didn't get there by making bad investments. And honey, you are a terrible investment. And of course, it's not just the high net worth hunters, even in normal dating. The hypocrisy is leaking through. We've got a clip here of a woman being asked about 50-50 dates. Watch her face when the reality of provider meets the reality of love.
You seem like the type that would do 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever made a woman pay for herself on a date? Yes or no?
No. I feel I'm the provider of the family.
You're the provider?
Yeah, I feel
So
like
you have
that's
money.
that. We can get to that. Is that what you're here for?
No, I'm here for love.
All right.
But I can never love a broke man.
You guys got that?
I can never love a broke man. There it is, the mask off moment. I love how she says she's there for love in one breath, and then disqualifies 70% of the population in the next. Let me get this straight. If love is unconditional, how can it be conditioned on a bank account? What she's really saying is, I can only love the lifestyle a man provides. It's not about the man, it's about the wallet. And yet, if a man said, I could never love a woman over 1,130 pounds, or I could never love a woman over 30, these same women would be screaming about body positivity and misogyny. But it gets even worse. Look at the entitlement here. The man says he's a provider, and her immediate response is, so you have money. She's already counting his chips before the first appetizer is served. Modern women want the traditional benefits of a provider without having to offer anything traditional in return. They want him to be 1950s in his finances, but they want to be 2024 in their independence. You can't have it both ways. If you want a provider, you have to be someone worth providing for. But these women think that just being a woman is enough to merit a six-figure salary. Brothers, listen up. If her love is tied to your tax bracket, it's not love. It's a subscription service. And just like Netflix, she'll cancel the moment the price isn't worth the content. And for me, it really begs the question, what do these women actually want? Because they say they want a provider, they say they want a nice guy, but then they do stuff like this. Take a look at this woman explaining why she almost missed out on a great guy because he was too nice.
He was like, we should date. And I was like, no. And he's like, yeah, we'd be good. And I was like, no. And then I jokingly told my younger sister who had met him, and she was like, oh, he's so great. He's amazing. He's such a nice guy. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. I can't be with a guy that's nice. So then I was like, fine. I'll give him a shot. And then I was like, he's amazing.
I can't be with a guy that's nice. Give me a freaking break. This is the script, fellas. This is the modern woman playbook. They spend their 20s chasing the bad boys, the guys who treat them like an option, and the guys who have zero intention of providing anything. They reject the nice guys, the stable guys, the providers, and then when they hit 32 and the bad boys aren't calling back, they suddenly give him a shot. Oh, how generous of you. You finally decided to settle for the guy who would actually treat you well after you've spent a decade being a recreational vehicle for the guys who didn't. And she's shocked. Are you serious? He's amazing. Yeah, no kidding. He was amazing 5 years ago when you were calling him boring and too nice. This is what we call hitting the wall and realizing your bad boy strategy has a shelf life. They want to play games until the music stops, and then they expect the nice guy to be waiting there with a chair. It's absolutely mind-boggling. What happens when they do get the man or they leave the man and they realize the grass isn't greener? Here's a woman who is finding out that moving on isn't as easy as the Boss Babe podcast promised.
I'm frustrated because my whole world got disheveled. And I feel like he has moved on and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks, I can't imagine, thank you guys for sharing stuff, stories that you've gotten through this and it's been however many years, because I could not imagine that.
Welcome to the wall. Welcome to reality. My whole world got disheveled. Yeah, because you realize that being strong and independent is actually just being alone and frustrated. Notice the logic here. I don't want him back, but it sucks that he moved on. Translation, I wanted him to be miserable without me so I could feel like I still had power over him. She's upset because he healed. She's upset because he realized he's better off without her. This is the consequence of the I don't need a man mentality. You throw away a good thing because you think you're a 10 and the market will always be there for you, and then you realize the market has moved on to younger, less entitled versions of you. The world doesn't forgive and it doesn't forget. These women are told they can focus on their career, find themselves and treat men like accessories, and then they're shocked when they're 35, divorced, and the men they want are looking at 24-year-olds who don't have disheveled worlds and a decade of baggage. But of course, it gets even worse. When a man finally has enough and tries to leave, we see the true face of this entitlement. It turns from, I don't need you, to I won't let you leave real quick. Look at this clip of a man named Gary just trying to walk out the door while this woman physically prevents him from leaving.
I'm begging you, please sit down, Gary. Please don't leave me. Please.
You see this, right?
Gary,
you see this?
please,
I'm
stop.
trying to go.
Please.
I'm trying to go.
Look at me.
I don't want to be with you.
I will give you whatever.
I don't want nothing from you. I want to be away from you.
Gary,
I want my freedom
please.
from you. All I'm trying to do is go out the door. Y'all see this on camera? I'm trying to leave out the door, get away from the situation, and make things better for me. But I can't seem to go. So when the police get here, you will see. Because I'm going to have to remove her from me physically. I'm trying to be polite and just walk out and have a great day, but she won't get off me. Can you please get off me? I'm asking her twice.
I'm asking you to
Can
sit
you
down.
please get off of me?
Okay, I'm asking you to sit down.
Can you please get off of me?
Gary, please don't put your hands. I'm begging you, please sit down, Gary. Please don't leave me. Please.
You see this, right?
Gary,
You see this?
please,
I'm
stop.
trying to go.
Please.
I'm trying to go.
Look at me.
I don't want to be with
I
you.
will give you whatever.
I don't want nothing from you. I want to be away from you. I want my freedom from you.
Do you think what he did was wrong, or he should have given her a second chance?
Oh, hell no, what an absolute disaster. Can you imagine if the roles were reversed? If Gary was blocking the door and clinging to her while she begged for her freedom, the media would be calling for his head. But here we have a woman literally holding a man hostage because she can't handle the fact that he's done, I will give you whatever. Oh, now you'll give him whatever? After you've driven him to the point where he's literally filming you just so he doesn't get arrested for trying to leave? This is the ultimate form of entitlement. If I can't have you, you can't leave. Gary says, I want my freedom from you. That is the loudest statement a man can make. He doesn't want your money, he doesn't want your whatever, he just wants to be gone. This is what happens when you treat a man like a servant or an ATM for too long. Eventually, he wakes up and realizes his peace of mind is worth more than your drama. Welcome to consequences. You can only whip them into shape for so long before they decide to leave the circus. This woman is desperate because she knows. Once Gary walks out that door, he's never coming back. And she knows the dating market out there for a woman who acts like this is non-existent. And so, yeah, brothers, here's what you need to understand. Know your worth. If a woman tells you she can never love a broke man, she's telling you she can't love you, she only loves what you can buy. If she tells you she wants a high net worth individual but isn't there to please him, she's looking for a victim, not a partner. Don't be the guy sitting there while a woman tells you she's going to whip you into shape. Don't be the guy who pays for the presence of someone who doesn't respect you. And for the love of everything, don't be the guy who stays in a situation where you have to film yourself just to safely leave the room. The moment a woman shows you that her standards are high but her offering is low, that is your cue to exit. There are billions of people on this planet. You don't have to settle for someone who thinks they're doing you a favor by letting you provide for them. You deserve a partner, not a dependent with an attitude. I refuse to take any lecture from a generation of women who have destroyed the concept of partnership in favor of a CEO mindset that only applies to what they can take. So we've got women demanding $50 million while offering zero service. We've got women rejecting nice guys until they're desperate. And we've got a culture that tells men they're lucky to be whipped into shape. This is the reality pill, folks. It's bitter, but it's necessary. Let me know in the comments, what's the most delusional dating standard you've heard recently? And brothers, have you ever dealt with a Gary situation where someone just wouldn't let go once you found your self-respect? I'll be reading your comments. If you enjoyed this reality check, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next.